am so happy to be here. This is Susan Bradley Portfield of Coaches on the Rise, Partners at Play, and Soul Speakers Global. And I have the privilege and the honor to have a special guest today, Mihaela Jekic, and she is going to talk to you about how to survive this COVID-19 financial crisis that we're in. And this is going to be awesome. Thank you so much, Mihaela, for being here, because people are freaking out, right? People are freaking out. And so you've been in the financial business for quite a while. And do you want to just tell everybody a little bit about yourself so that they get a sense of who you are?
Absolutely. And even beyond the financial world, I just want to say that adversity is something that I'm no stranger to. And when I was a child, I'm originally from Bosnia, from a city called Sarajevo. And when I was 10 years old, just almost overnight, my country broke out in a civil war. And it resulted very quickly from having this normal life, just like we all have a month ago, going about our business, our relationships, and our normal daily lives, to very quickly and suddenly, my family, we had to leave with basically just the clothes on our backs, leave my childhood home. And I'll never forget what my mom said as we were leaving. She said, come on, get your school books, get more things. We could be gone for 2 weeks. But she didn't mean it. She thought it would be over like that. Just in a weekend, things would blow over, get back to normal. But it's been now, gosh, I was 10, so over 25 years, and it's the last time that I've been back. So, adversity happens. None of us are necessarily immune to it, but I do know that at the end of that, it shapes us in profound and powerful ways. It does make us stronger and more resilient, and we're all gonna get to the other side of this together. I mean, we're all in this together, and I promise you, although I don't have a crystal ball to tell you a specific date, but we are gonna get past this, and things might look better than ever. We are such a resilient people and resilient country. So I understand, at this point in time, it's so easy to get caught up in the news and negativity and fear and all that stuff. But it is important to recognize as well that hang in there. There is an end of to this. So I just wanted to say that before I get into the financial piece.
Part of the reason why I wanted you to come on to this interview with me is because you did have the story where overnight you lost everything. And I know that the people in the world are right now feeling a sense of that they just lost everything. There's so many people out of work right now. There's so many uncertainties happening, right? Overnight, the financial markets plummeted. But there is also this sense that I'm getting from my communities and from talking with a lot of different people that even though this is a tough time, more good will come from it. And what's your sense of really what's happening?
Yeah, I really truly believe that we're in those trying times. We're forced to look within and really figure out what truly matters to us. So in addition to this, I mean, if you look back, when it comes on the business front as well, so many great companies and businesses were forged during recessions or even depressions. I mean, from like GE to Coke to, all these others. So with it, it also brings an opportunity, but it's just important to keep moving as best, one foot in front of the other, keep moving forward, keep staying committed to that larger vision and those larger goals. Like, now is not the time to just, like, I think a lot of people in your audience are building their coaching businesses right now.
Mhm.
And I would definitely say it's a huge opportunity. You are called to serve right now more than ever. I mean, this is when your ideal client is struggling and is in a need. Focus what's in our control, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and don't let go of the gas pedal on your dreams.
I love this, right? So this is so important because it's so true, right? Coaches are needed more than ever right now. And it's important that we're able to pivot to meet people where they are. And you've done that in your own business, right? That's why you're here. That's why you're on this interview, because you know how important it is to not gloss over what's happening, to not ignore what's happening, but to meet your clients where they are, which is many of them are losing a lot of money in the stock market, in their businesses. You work with brick and mortar businesses that are now having to shut down. And you have always been that in person, right? You've always done your business in person. So because we are resilient people, right? We are flexible. And so that's what's being called to do. And you're doing that yourself. So you've always had an in-person business, and now you're like, oh, I got to get myself online. I got to meet my clients, right? So what's that experience like for you?
Yes. And as you said, Susan, I mean, I am so wired in some traditional way. I don't know how to explain it. Just that face-to-face, in-person connection is something that I love. So the way I would get clients is by speaking on real stages, by going to networking events and looking people in the eye and shaking hands. And, that sort of, definitely don't do that now. So yeah, it's forced me to initially it was, definitely uncomfortable. But again, it's one foot in front of the other and coming up with a strategy and then taking it step by step. So, Susan, yeah.
I think all business should be online as well, because you have the opportunity to not only serve your little circle of the world, right, but now by you pivoting and bringing your business online as well, now you have a larger reach, right?
Absolutely.
And had you not had the flexibility in doing that, you and I would have never met. When you're thinking about those brick and mortar businesses that you have served in your business, what is the first thing that when they're freaking out and they're thinking, they had to shut their doors, they don't know how long it's going to be, right? They're in unprecedented waters. They can't afford to keep their employees anymore. So much is going on. What are some benefits that they're eligible for, first off?
Sounds good. Yeah, it all comes down to cash flow. Cash flow is truly the lifeblood of the business, cash coming in and cash flowing out. So let me start with the outflow first, because it's really important both on the personal finance front and business as well, to look at what's going out and get super, super intentional about what's essential, what's not. And then the big general principle is negotiate everything. I mean, literally, from if you're having trouble, let's say, paying your mortgage right now. So over half of mortgages are federally backed. And if you don't know if it is or not, you can always call your mortgage service provider, on your mortgage statement and find out. But if that's the case, well, first of all, they're not allowed to put you into foreclosure for the next 60 days or so. And secondly, you can go into what's called forbearance, which means that for a 6-month period, you don't get charged with any fees and so on, but it essentially delays your payments for 6 months, and then you can apply for another 6 months. So, and even if it's not a federally backed loan as well, a lot of private and other providers have similar types of programs, but for the people who call. So it's important on all of these things to be proactive, to call the lender before they call you, and the earlier you are, I think the more benefit that you'll get from that.
Okay, so say I want to call my credit card companies and negotiate
Yes.
the 6-month waiver. What is the verbiage that I should use with them? Because we're to get them to help me.
Sounds good.
Right? You don't know what to say. What do you say?
Sure. So for credit card companies, we're not necessarily going to get 6-month waivers. That would be impressive, but
the mortgage company. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. But for credit cards as well, I mean, similar situation. A lot of them have, actually, it makes it even easier because a lot of them have relief programs going on right now to help people, depending on your situation, to drop interest rates, to waive fees, to defer payments, or what have you. So it's important people understand this is the easiest sell. I mean, especially if you've been a good customer so far, and you can call and be real and simply ask say what your situation is, and say what programs, what relief programs do you have in place to, what options are available right now. Yeah. So give them that open-ended question, what options are there right now? And that's that sort of starting point to go back and forth. And you can do that, again, on everything from mortgages to auto loans. A lot of the car companies as well, and dealerships and so on that the loans are through have their own relief programs because they do not want to repossess your vehicle. That's the last thing that they want to do right now. So they'll work with you. And you go through credit cards and all across the board. I mean, things are negotiable. Even things that you wouldn't expect, like last night, right now is an opportunity, like I said, to negotiate everything. So last night we called and, our website and email and so on just got the bill for that. And we asked, hey, what options do you have available now? And they just dropped it by 20%.
Wow, that's so awesome. So it's like, right, because they're expecting you to call right now.
They're expecting you, but a lot of these, these programs are in place and they get available to the people who make the phone call. If you don't call, you don't get in. So it is 5-10 minutes that's well worth your time to say that whatever it is, times are tough. What options do you have for me right now?
So I love that. So I wasn't even thinking that way. So that's an amazing thing. Just call everybody and say, okay, what do you got going on, right? Make it as easy for yourself as possible, right? To give yourself some breathing room.
Don't let pride get in the way right now. I mean, that's what I would say. And I know people, again, who've lost, their hours have been cut by half and they're not applying for unemployment right now. Even though, Susan and I were just talking about this, that if you apply for unemployment through your state, and even if your hours have been, let's say, cut by half, you can still apply for it. And then you get, the extra benefit from the federal government of $600 per week as well, even if you get $1 from your state. So get the pride out of the equation right now. I mean, and really focus on that cash flow.
So I just want to make sure our audience knows that these suggestions that you're giving, the rules for the United States. right? So, but the same rules could apply for your country because I have a global community, right? So,
Gotcha.
so still call, whether you're in England or Norway or Belgium, still call your credit card companies, still call your mortgage companies, see what they're offering, because the government doesn't want you to lose everything. They really don't, because that doesn't serve them well. So whether you're in the US or in another country, most likely in other countries, you're going to receive some support as well. But
Yes.
I want to just make it sure that Mihaela, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I get tongue twisted with her name. It's beautiful. But Mihaela is talking US. And I just want to make sure they say that, because I don't want to get a bunch of emails going, oh, I'm from Norway and they said,
Oh, yes.
you know. So
I would guess the same principles apply across the board. I mean, everything being negotiable right now. So your, programs may be called something different. Like my familiarity is with the US market, but I bet there is analogs in most other countries going on right now. And then in the US as well, so the couple of programs for small businesses, the Paycheck Protection Program as well, which the amazing thing is, so your audience are mainly coaches, Susan. So that is a terrific program that solopreneurs are eligible to apply for. So if you've got employees, it's the benefit is so 2.5 times average monthly payroll. And then if you're a solopreneur, it's 2.5 times your average monthly profit from 2019. So if you made a profit last year and you're not, you've lost your clients or speaking engagements or what have you. So that would be a program to definitely take a look at that. And this is a program, I know there's some confusion, who do I apply and so on. So this particular program, you apply through your bank. And if you have an existing relationship with your bank, I mean, leverage it right now, because they have so many applications and some of them are limiting it to just, their own existing clients. So leverage that relationship. And so that's a program that you would want to talk to your banker about and see if that's a fit for you. Now, even if you didn't make a profit last year, or if you showed a loss, then there's a program called Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, EIDL. And this is a program through the Small Business Administration, or SBA, where you can, it's actually a pretty quick application. I've heard people say, like 15, 20 minutes is what it takes them. And it's an advance, and there's still, technically it's up to $10,000, but, they've gone back and forth. Is it 1,000 per, person or employee, or how that is, but it's some amount of money as an advance. And then it's a 30-year loan at 3.75%. So for up to $2 million. So I don't think that's going to be relevant to a lot of coaches right now, but that, that advanced application. But what I've put together is a free gift is, I called it the Money Survival Kit. And it's a lot of these kinds of things that we're talking about now. And Susan will post a link to that as well.
If you see me staring off to space, it's because my wheels are turning, right? This is amazing. It's like, through these trying times, it's almost like everything's open for discussion, right? It's all open for discussion. All it does is do the work. Just pick up the phone, call your banking, download her survival toolkit, because I knew about many programs that the US is offering locally and federally, but I didn't have any idea like the extent of the support available right now. I didn't even think that calling my credit card companies and saying, hey, can you lower the interest rate or whatever during this time period that we're in lockdown. Pretty awesome information. So So I know that you're now in expansion mode, right? Like most of us, when disaster hits, we want to, hide or shelter down. Why is this the best time to expand?
Because challenges bring opportunities. Honestly, I think for those of us who stay frozen through this time, we're going to lose ground. We're going to end up in this space at the end, and it could be weeks, months, whatever it is. And, we'll fall behind. It's just simply, and it just gets harder and harder, I think, beyond that point. If we just wait for, the perfect moment when everything goes back to normal, when this, X, Y, Z, and so on, and putting our dreams on hold right now, I think it's a huge missed opportunity. Like, find a way to serve. I'm guessing most of your audience still is in their 9 to 5, because if they're in early stages of their coaching journey and so on. So let's say you're working from home right now, and maybe you're making the same, or have had some, let's say you've had a minor pay cut or something like that. Well, your expenses have probably gone down too. I mean, you're not spending gas money to commute. You may, like, any travel, any like going out to restaurants and so on. What about, and I know not everybody's in this boat, so I'm talking to that specific group of people who still have their jobs, but what about looking at opportunities to invest in yourself?
Yeah, right. Learn a new skill. Learn how to be online. Right? Learn how to be online, because those of us that have been online for a while have a competitive advantage right now. There's huge opportunity, right? Because we're already here. We already pivoted earlier, right? So find somebody. I would say, if you have a brick and mortar or you lost your job, take this opportunity to seek out support online on how to pivot your business online. Most businesses can be pivoted. Most businesses, if you're a lawyer, if you're an accountant, if you're, money management, whatever it is, there's a huge opportunity for those of you that do pivot online. In my community, I have a lot of coaches that are healers as well. So they have in-person healing practices. And this is a huge, huge, huge opportunity. And
it absolutely is. Yeah, building that, like that online, because the more diversified we are in general, the better off we'll be. So this is like forcing us to diversify. So when this, passes, your clients will still go back, they'll have their in-person practice, but now they're also going to have this other option and be able to reach people from across the country, maybe even across the globe, who they wouldn't have been able to serve otherwise. And that is exactly,
Yes, I have clients in England and Belgium and Norway and, all over the world. So I never have to worry about the little corner of my, the little corner of my community when, there might be 10 other people doing the same thing in my little community. Like, my ability to make money doing my thing is endless because I am online. I'm super excited for you because you have so much to offer, and now you can offer it to a lot more people. Right?
Yes, I am so excited about that, because this time it's also about generosity. It's about service and so on, particularly, if we have multiple businesses and so on, and we're doing fine right now, and it's an opportunity, really. My husband put it out there that he's right now willing to give people who are really struggling a free coaching session, and putting together this free resource that we've compiled, working on serving and list building and creating content right now. And we'll probably, and this is actually just to go off of that a little bit, but people are like, well, I can't do everything for free. And I completely agree. I will say that right now, the high, priced kind of coaching packages are going to be a bit of a harder sell, but low ticket offers, I mean, it's a myth that nobody's buying anything anymore. So you can see people who've maybe never bought an online course before or a program and didn't even know what that is, but now are doing so.
And those that pivot are the ones that are going to win. And now you have this real opportunity to take a look at where you are in your life. What's your job? What's your family status? What's your financial status? What's going on? And you can really take this time to release those things that you no longer want.
Right.
To embrace those things that are truly important, right? We go on autopilot. We've been going for so many years on autopilot, right? And now our autopilot has been taken out, and we're put on the slow mode. And this is a good thing. This is
it is to be taken. And I know, there are folks out there on the, on the front lines of healthcare and so on, and the unsung heroes from the grocery workers and so on. And I know that there is, a lot going on right now, and we want to try to find a way to help and so on. And at the same time, though, we have to focus on what's in our control. It's like you are called to do something in this world, something that nobody else can do in the same way that you can. And yeah, I agree, Susan. It's an opportunity to let go of those distractions and things we thought were important. And also, like on an energetic level, allow ourselves to be pulled toward that greater vision and greater purpose and the impact that we want to make in the world. And honestly, I mean, I'm excited about the opportunity, and I don't know what's around the corner necessarily, but I'm really excited to move in that direction. And I feel like that shift has occurred like almost on an energetic frequency level, where I've tuned into something that just pulls me and gets me to get up in the morning, before the kids. I have a 6 and 3-year-old, right? So it's chaos all the time. And, during my little guy's nap time in the evenings, and to just learn everything I can, to invest in myself now, in knowledge and programs, to get out, create content, and to serve people. So tap into that positive energy that just takes you and pulls you forward. This is what I would say.
Yes, and for those that are out there that didn't like their job or didn't like their situation, this is giving you the opportunity to reflect and just discover what it is that you do want. And if you're not sure, there's programs to learn how to meditate, and programs how to discover your life purpose, and programs to how to pivot your business from brick and mortar to online. There's so much support here for everyone, regardless of what you're going through. And I want to just take this opportunity to say, coaches are invaluable. If you are able to connect and invest in having a coach, they can help you achieve that transformation right now in the least amount of time possible. If you are struggling with your finances, or you're in fear about the uncertainty of what's going on, connect with Mihaela.
If you're interested in a money clarity call, 30 minutes to talk about, what your burning questions are, and I will do my best, to add value immediately to help you out, and reach out. Susan will have my email. It's Mihaela@moneyformeaning.com.
Yeah, you are needed so much right now, right? And I so appreciate your willingness to charter the uncharted waters, so to speak, in the online world, because your goal is to be of service, to help people with their money concerns and to help them receive the answers that they seek immediately. So I so appreciate what you do. And I'm going to put all her links, and you created a gift, a free gift.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to, do you want to just talk about the free gift again? And I'm going to put the link along with this video, and it's your, go ahead.
Yeah, it's called a money survival kit, and the link, as Susan will have it, it's yourmoneyreboot.com/kit. So that is a lot of what we talked about today. It's there's so much out there right now in information. And what should I do? Should I tap into my 401k, or how do I deal with emergency fund? What can I negotiate, and so on. So if it's if you're in need of this right now, and I would say that most of us could use some of these tools and understanding how to, like, what the programs are available and what to do and so on. So yeah, it's Money Survival Kit. It's free. Created this to get it out and serve. So yeah, I'm so happy to be able to offer that.
Yeah, that's what we all need right now. And so I'm going to be downloading your kit as well, because you're so gracious in what you put together for all of us. Now, I could play with you all day, right? I could play with you all day. You're amazing. What would you like to let our audience know as we wrap up? What else would you like to share with them?
I mean, I just want to wrap up with these key themes that we talked about today, is that yeah, we're all in this together. We'll make it through this. Treat this as a time of opportunity, because it's an immense, the greatest challenge is, look at entrepreneur stories. I mean, you'll find so many who lost their jobs, and then they forced them to focus on their businesses, and then they built this. Look at Pat Flynn of Smart Passive Income, if you've come across him, and countless other examples. Challenges bring opportunities. Don't get frozen right now. Start moving forward. Find the support that you need. Find a coach that you need. That's the fastest way through this, and keep moving one step at a time with what's in your control. So that's the biggest message that I've had. And then I will just remind people on the financial side again. Go look at your credit card statements. Look at and so on, and figure out, you can pretty much negotiate just about everything right now. If you're in a cash crunch, like, go and do it. Make those phone calls, up your cash flow. You're going to end up feeling better, feeling less stressed, feeling more secure. And then that feeds into this, it becomes easier to go ahead and take that action when we're not in survival mode.
Negotiate, negotiate, negotiate.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's kind of like the free for all right now. And so, and if you're a coach or a healer and you're not sure how to meet your clients where they are right now, or if you're just starting out and you want to be of service, humanity needs you right now more than ever. So reach out to me, and I'd be honored and happy to help you and support you. And thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful to you, and I know that we'll be playing again sometime soon.
Sounds good, Susan. Thank you so much for having me. Susan is just absolutely amazing. She and I had a call, and she got, these downloads and these intuitions. She's just absolutely wonderful to work with. So please, take advantage of that resource. You've got an awesome resource right here at your disposal. I mean, use it. So, Susan's great.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, everybody. So leave a comment, share this video, and reach out. All the links and everything will be there for you, and be kind to yourself. All right, this too will pass. All right, much love and light to all.